everybody, how are you all today? Did you just watch the interview rooms part 2 with Chris Johnson from Truth to Lies? I'm so drained right now. There was so much on SA in that one. Yeah, it just makes you feel really, really sad, really drained. I took notes as per usual. I have like 5 pages of them, but it's sort of everything we've been thinking. I did a live a couple of days ago about the contradictions with Don and his supposed phone calls with Candus and how he lied about one being that Candus didn't get back to him, and the second one being that he was on Messenger call with her the whole drive back to the property. And hallelujah, Mr. Johnson picked that up as well. I was really doing a happy dance about that. And all the other little contradictions in there. And the other channels that are pro-supporting Don, how can you do that? How can you support this SO? Like, that's the bit I'm finding draining. Like how, and I used to absolutely love, I wouldn't say absolutely love, but I used to watch Chasing Truth quite a bit. You know, I admired that she was so critical, and she would sit on the fence and make you see the different sides of everything. But I've just noticed the last week she's been very sarcastic with the chat if people are giving their opinions on why they think the way they think about the situation. And, you know, you can see she's getting shitty about it, that people are still having their opinions. You know, I just don't understand how they can give him a pass for his past. That does not make sense to me. Hi, Pippi. You're back. That's fabulous. How do you get back on my phone to chat? Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I just had to breathe a little bit after it finished. It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, I just don't get her. Like, I don't understand why all of a sudden she's getting narky with people about not agreeing with her supporting him. I just don't understand when she's never actually been one way or another before. And teaming up with Benny Keezy, Sleazy, and yeah, I'm not even going to mention the other two. I don't know who's creepier. But yeah, that's her decision. She wants to be on board with them. That's totally her life, her choice. But I can't go there anymore, I'm afraid. I just get too upset. And not upset that she's not on the same page as the way others are thinking. The fact that they're blowing over that he is an SO and that quite obviously from these interviews with Truth to Lies and Chris McDonough that he obviously still is a groomer and he is still a liar, and they don't just take your other 3 kids away for no reason. You know, that's, how do they justify that? Is that okay? You know, and there's still, oh, you know, people are picking on him, and that's just the way he talks. Bullshit. I'm just going to say it. Bullshit. Hell no. So I don't want to come on here and just be bitching about Chasing Truth and the other 2, but it clearly says, she had a post up, a community post up this morning about Don. It was a screenshot of a reply from Don where she's asking him to clarify about the red truck being in his driveway that morning that someone went missing, because in the phone call he says the red truck on that morning, he had to stop at the end of his driveway and pull that 4-wheeler, and the police turned up and said, yes, Mr. Wells, you can pull that 4-wheeler out. He clearly says it's the morning someone went missing. She asked him to clarify that, and he said, oh, no, as usual, apologises. No, my ears were plugged up. I think that was 5 or 6 days before. Why does he have to keep clarifying his bullshit lies? Oh, Jesus, I don't know. Just makes me so cranky. And she's like, oh, yes, I assumed that. Why would you assume that? That's what he said. Why are you assuming? Oh, yeah, I'm assuming your ears were plugged up. Is that what you assumed? Because you can't say 2 sentences that are straight fact. I just don't understand. Pippi, I was just watching another channel video from a week ago. Did you know Don goes by another name and has a long criminal record? Yeah, apparently it's, I don't know that this is fact, but apparently it's like multiple pages long. I did read somewhere that it's like 30 pages long. And I have heard that he does have a couple of names. Police address. I find it funny the police address him by his name. They get calls there frequently. Yes, I thought that too. Yes, Mr. Wells. Yes, like he's an outstanding citizen. So, yeah, that law enforcement guy obviously knew who he was. Probably when he arrested him last October. But, yeah. It's disgusting. That's all I can say is disgusting. I'd love to know whether Candus was aware of the SA situation, either before or after being with him, or has she only just now found out about that? And what does she think about that? Given the, you know, the situation now with Summer and letting Summer sleep in the same bed as Summer and all the rest of it, I'd really like to know that. Because what I disclosed the other day with a parent, especially the mother, turning a blind eye to it all, to me, that makes her just as guilty. And I would hate to think that Candus is in that same boat, because it does make her just as guilty, because she's enabling it. She's not trying to stop it. She's not protecting her daughter. She's doing nothing, you know. And then, you know, you wonder whether that's where the jealousy come in as well. Because if you're not 100% right in the head, you cannot tell me that these females don't find a form of jealousy in that, because that's just the way they're wired as well. And that's truth. Like, that is exactly how some of them are. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything I say. I'm just putting it out there. And I don't feel as like, you know, I don't feel as happy as I did the other day after this one, because it's just getting beyond a joke. Like, I want law enforcement in there and shake the living shit out of these pair. Something has to give soon, because it's just ridiculous. Do you all think that? Please tell me I'm not the only one that's just getting so frustrated and angry. He was lurking in Chris's live tonight and in another chat last night. Prayer Garden is his handle on YouTube. Oh, is that American Prayer Garden? I heard him, someone call him out on Unmask's live with his stepsister last night. And she's like, you don't have to hide. Just come on up here, Don, if you've got anything to say. So, yes, interesting, isn't it? Oh, he'd be watching, both of them would be having little watch parties with their little buddies. For sure, 100%. I reckon. I don't reckon, we know, because little Mr. and Mrs. you-know-who over there, they've probably got him on right now discussing what was said in the interview rooms session tonight. Just makes you sick, doesn't it? With all these little, oh yeah, but no, that's not what I meant. And the shed. What about the shed? I said that the other day to my friend who was here, and she's like, she works full time, and she'll text me after work, any updates today? And I was saying to her, this shed has got something to do with this. Like, I can just feel it, you know? Does everyone else get gut feelings? It's bizarre, but it's, I don't know. What was she wearing? Not Don. Chris has theory on what she was wearing when Donald left the house that morning. He didn't go right into it, but I'm interested to see on Sunday night exactly where he's going with that. Because, like, Summer was in bed with them when Don supposedly left, so surely she wouldn't have had the school outfit on in bed while she was asleep. I was a little bit confused about that. But I'm a little bit confused about everything right now. And that's another thing I wrote down. When he rang Candus when she was going through Walgreens, and she said that they were going to the lake or wherever she told him they were going. And he said, oh, well, if they're doing their thing, I may as well just work late at work. Wouldn't you think that he would want to get home to the 3 boys who are home alone? Why would you work later when there's 3 kids at home by themselves? I found that really odd as well. Yes, that one. I felt his stepsister's pain. It definitely leaves a lifelong mark, and I pray Mary prosecutes. This has to stop. It definitely does. I asked a couple of times in Unmasked chat whether they would prosecute, and, you know, the chat, as you would have seen, the chat was going so fast. There's no way they could see every single question. But I did hear her say that she's challenged Don for lie detector tests, which I thought was a little bit strange because he's admitted to doing it. It's just that his theory is, oh, it was a consensual relationship and she was 5. Like, yeah. Let's hope that they do take it further. And I'm sure with so much support now, they might feel more confident and assertive to do something about it. But, you know, I can feel where their heads are at as well. They probably don't want to go upsetting the elderly parents too much at this time of their lives. You know, that'd be going through their head. But they've got to think of Summer as well and protecting her. You know, what if someone did abduct her and she turns up tomorrow, and then, you know, that situation's still open. He has to be held accountable for what he did so that the man finally understands that that is not normal, you know. Yes, I heard Chris McDonough say that, Pippi, that he rang her last night and apologised. Yes. I hope she recorded that phone call too, because that's all they'd need to charge him. Like, he's admitting it. 100% he's admitting it. So does he think by admitting it, it eliminates his need to be punished for it? Maybe. Who knows with that pea brain? Yeah. It's disturbing beyond belief. Absolutely. I found that little, did you find that little video clip that I was telling you about with Ali and Hunter, and how that Trinity one? Did you all go and have a look at that? Because I found it. If you want to have a quick little look, I can play it for you. Yeah, I hope so too, Pippi. In one way or another. And I think if they lock him up for that and they're separated, one of them will crack them. Like, I know nothing because I'm not law enforcement. I'm not trained. Although I've been trained in investigations, I was a safety coordinator in the rail industry, and I've done courses on investigating because I'd have to investigate different incidents of injuries and things like that. I forgot where I was going now. Yeah, I've got no credentials other than that sort of thing, but I'll play this little thing for you because it is quite funny. Okay? It's quite interesting. Here we go. Are you ready? We'll have a little look.
Got it. Straight up. What did she tell you?
She was like, somewhere's missing, somewhere's missing. So I was just like, okay, well, why don't you just go look outside? She says, I have been, she ain't there. I said, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still pulling the leg. Because if I start to call Allie, she'll call me back. And I'll call Mom and be like, did she tell you this? Or was she just messing around?
Got it. So you call your mom?
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up. Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
So you call your mom?
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
Gave her a heads up that
Candus was gonna call.
Candus gonna call her and tell her that Summer's missing. Straight up. So
Candus was gonna call.
Candus gonna call her and tell her that Summer's missing. Straight up. So
Candus is gonna call her and tell her that Summer's missing. Straight up. So
yeah, I call her on Facebook after she.
That's interesting, don't you think? I watched it like 5 times because I didn't notice it when I watched the actual interview. And I watched that interview, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I did see Grandma Smacker. And I was like, oh my God, how did I not see that the first 3 times? And just their sound effects was like, oh my God. That is a bit funny, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, you've got to have a little laugh when you can, don't you? You know, you've got to, yeah, I don't know, you just got to, Grandma smacked her. Yes. Now, where else were we? Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed with this one with this part 2 with Interview Room. He never says from the get-go in any interview I have watched, and I think I've watched everything half a dozen times, he has never said, I did not hurt her. I did not do this. I have not covered anything up. Have you noticed that? He's never, ever tried to deny he has had anything to do with it, or that he knows anything about any of it. And he's so quick to throw out bears, snakes, druggies, sickos, child traffickers, every scenario under the sun. But as soon as you bring up something that could be likely, oh, I don't know. No, I don't think that's a possibility. You know, when Chris asked him, oh, do you think it's a possibility there was an accident? Oh, no, I don't think that would happen. But he's so sure of all his other possibilities. Like, really? Oh, dear Lord. This is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Linguistic empathy. Isn't that an interesting little term from Steve Johnson? Linguistic empathy. It's funny how the brain does a different thing to what the mouth does. His brain is on such a deep level that his mouth can't keep up with the lies, virtually. That's like an overall breakdown of what Steve was trying to explain. The brain is letting off triggers of lying that the mouth can't keep up with. And that was amazing. Did you see at the end how he was talking about that 3-day course thing? He has it on his website. I think I'm going to sign up and do it, because can you imagine how much that would help in other situations that you have in your normal everyday life? Like I've said before, we're raising our 2 granddaughters and they're 12 and 9 now. That is going to be beneficial with these girls coming into high school. I'm going to be all over them, you know? Like I'm pretty good at, because I've already raised 3, I think I'm pretty good at being a step ahead. But fancy having that knowledge up your sleeve as well. Oh, is it $400? Oh, I haven't even looked to see how much it is yet. So that's $400 US. So that'll probably be like 580 Australian dollars. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? I must admit, I was shocked to hear Chris flat out say Dee's leg had track marks, but then his stepsister confirmed that last night. Yes, she did confirm that last night, that they were track marks. But while I was sitting at soccer training last night with my 9-year-old granddaughter, I watched her live from yesterday, and she's just disgusted that people would say that they're track marks. Did you see that? You know, their veins, their bug bites, and I said, oh my God, it's catchy. Whatever they got over there, you know, she's totally caught onto it. I couldn't tell you what a track mark looked like. If it saved me, I might have to Google that too. Have a look. They do look like big notchy veins. I like you could see that from a mile away, but how do them veins get notchy? You know? But she defended that as well. And even, yeah, you're 100% right. Even his sister said that. So, who knows? But he is trying to downplay his involvement in hard drugs. Like he'll floss over it that, you know, he's been on this and stuff, but he he can't quite remember everything, you know. Poor little slow Donny. He gets quite excited when he's talking about his druggies, though, doesn't he? He wants to go and interview them, and he wants to pose as a predator so he can catch the abductors, but there's no possibility there was an accident. Does he not see how laughable it all is? Do they not see how laughable it all is? We does not make people act like DNC. No, I think they are on something much stronger, or they have some top-notch pot. We should ask AB about that. Yeah. Doesn't weed make you more mellow, like more placid? I tried it twice as a teenager, and the first time I just got the giggles for like 3 hours and couldn't stop. And the second time I was so paranoid and horrible, I stood behind a door and was too scared to come out because I thought people could see I was off my face, and I didn't like it. I didn't like either experience, so that was the end of it for me. But yeah, I don't really, from what I have seen though throughout life, it just sort of makes people more agreeable and laid back, you know, relaxed sort of thing. He knew right where the drug dealers lived. Yeah, I know. He even said that in the phone interview. He wanted to go and interview them. Yeah, it mellows people out where, you know, I don't know about meth and stuff like that, but I sort of tend to lean towards pills maybe with with Candus. Because the day they did the interview with Ainsley Daniels, Candus did look like she might have had a bit of a puff that day or something, because she didn't seem like that when she did the interview with Chris. She seemed more talkative and not as I don't even know the word. You know how she sort of drooled a bit with the words in the TV interview? She was very, I don't know the word, can't think. But she was more on it when she was talking with Chris and stuff like that. I'm a 60s kid too. But yeah, I never got into the pot. I think if a lot of people start with it and end up on really, really hard stuff, and that scared me too. So I just sort of kept away from that scene. Plus I was working at 16 and I just didn't have time to party as much as others, I guess. But I've got to stop saying but so much. I say it way too much. Yeah. What else was there? People with their own agendas. Pippi. Liquor is evil. Yeah, I think liquor is probably more evil than weed. My dad was an alcoholic, though I didn't know him. His liver exploding. Yeah. Stirred away. Yeah. I've just seen so many people that are lovely, beautiful people sober and they get drunk and you're like, who are you? You know, where did you come from? Or you see people that can sit and drink beer for hours and they're fine, but you give them a couple of rum and cokes and they turn into, you know, this psychopath that just wants to get up and flip tables and, why did you look at me like that for? You know, and they're horrid as well. But yeah, I don't drink very often. I might have socially like a Moscato or something every now and again. But as I said the other day, I'm a patchwork and quilter, so I love my fabric. So that's where I tend to spend my treat money. Did I tell you I'm making a little lap quilt out of summer photos I'm putting onto fabric and stuff? I'll show you a photo of it when I start getting a few bits together. Yeah, there's this special stuff you can put through your printer and it prints directly onto that sheet, which is fabric. And yeah, then you can make things out of it. So I'm making a little lap quilt. And this one's just going to be on all the cute little photos of summer, but at the end of the year I want to do one with all the little ones from this year, which is sad that there's so many, but yeah, just so you never ever forget them. No one will ever forget this case, I don't think. You know, that it's seriously still every day, isn't it? There's a new video out, or Donald speaking to someone else, or, you know, the extended family are doing interviews, and it's every day. Did you see that Everyday Shenanigans put out there the other day that Ryan Dean's having another baby? She lost her shit. I think it went for 2 hours and I didn't watch all of it. I just sort of popped in and out every now and again just to see if she was still on the same topic. And she went for like 2 hours or something, just losing it over Ryan Dean being pregnant again and what she thought about the whole thing. I'm just not going to comment because that's her business. It's her life. And that's just a sad, sad situation. When are we going to get answers on the boys? You know? Is it 7.5 months now for the boys? Something ridiculous. I hope we're not still sitting here in 700 days waiting for answers for summer. I wish someone knew whether law enforcement have had Don and Candus in the last week or so and really, really got down and dirty with them, because I think it's time they did that. They have to do that. Do you think? You know, like, no more let's just talk about it. Get them in there and hammer them. It's the only way something's going to turn. I'm sorry, mister, I will say in a picture I saw it. It looked to me, Robin from the church looks pregnant. Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Oh, sorry, who was pregnant? You know, Ryan Dean, the biological mum of Oren and Orson. Yeah, Angie from Everyday Shenanigans had a live about it a couple of days ago saying that Ryan's pregnant again. And she was not happy, you know. So I'm just not going there though. I would love for her to be happy. She's been through a lot too. As Angie would say, you've got to start at the beginning. And I get that. But Ryan didn't hurt them boys at the end. Like, yes, for some reason they were not with her, but you can't blame her that this situation for her sons, like, I get what Angie's saying, but Ryan didn't physically make them disappear. Yeah. So, but it amazes me how long Angie can go off a tree for about the same thing. You know, I get sidetracked so quickly, and I can sort of start a conversation, then go full circle and end up back where I was. But I've talked in a circle about 10 different things. But Ange, no, she's right there. She can totally stay on the one subject for 2 to 3 hours, just losing her shit over the same topic, and repeats herself so many times that it starts hurting your head after a while, and you just have to flick off. But yeah, and she doesn't forget either, Angie, does she? Like, she doesn't forget what she said 6 months ago. She's got it right up there. God love her. She is funny at times, so. So, Sunday night for the next part 3 with Chris. I wonder how many episodes the others are going to put out, bagging today's episode out. It's like tit for tat, isn't it? You know, as soon as Chris puts an interview out, then the little side buddies are going to be right there with all their justification videos of how horrible Chris McDonough is and how he's victim blaming, and Benny Keys is going to be out there dribbling his garbage, and yeah, just makes me sick to my stomach. So I think I might go. Sorry, I'm just not as mentally with it so much today, guys. You just I'm saying heaps today too, aren't I? Yes, I know I am. I probably should have had a bigger break in between the video and I did notice that Stephen, just one more little thing, something I said in my live the other day about how Donald throws out his little theories. So you know how they talk about how he adapts. So he'll watch one of these things and then he'll change his story and adapt to whatever everybody is saying. So Chris and Steve Johnson addressed that as well. And the other day I was saying how Don just randomly threw in one of his answers to Chris about something about, oh, my boss was there. And he even teased me about me having the Subaru there, like a brand new car on the job site. And they picked that up as well, which I knew they would because they're professionals and I'm not. But I thought that was quite funny that he is just throwing shit on the pile of all his other shit. And it's going to give way any minute now. It's coming, Donald. Don't you worry about that. What else was there? The call thing still gets me. There's something about when he rang 911. He's saying that he thought it was 5:30 and that they, meaning law enforcement, said it was 6:26. And he supposedly rang 911 when Candus rang him right at the first minute that she went missing. So if that was at 6:26, so he wasn't home until after 7, because he said he flew all the way home and it only took him 30 minutes. So he was home at 7 p.m. I don't know. There's something about that that just drives me crazy. Do you think that's... There's just something there. I'm going to go and listen to the phone conversation again. Yeah, that's right. Candus posted. I seen that yesterday on Plunder's community post, and someone brought it up today in Chris's live about that photo, and the eldest boy standing there with motorbike clothes on, and you can see Summer's arm, and it looks like the side of a purple dress she's got on, and it's sleeveless, and she's standing near the table. But they said they can't say when the actual photo was taken, only that it was posted at 6 minutes past 6 on the day she went missing. So yeah, why was she posting a photo like at that time if she's come in the house and she's looking for Summer and she's called down there at 6 minutes past 6? She would have already known that Summer wasn't there. You know? It's dodgy as. Yeah. I'm going to go and listen to the phone one again. I might come back on tomorrow, guys, and we might listen to... I was going to the other day re-show the Mr. and Mrs. Share one and give my commentary on it and stop and start all the way through to call out their bullshit, but I'm not going to give them that. No way, no. You know, I don't even like saying their names, never alone given any airtime other than what they're putting out with their little Donald loving theories. It's sickening, and I'm not doing it. So, but we might replay the interview tomorrow and have a chat about it if you like. We can stop and start and talk about it. Something else, says Pippi. Why would Don care what time Candus would be home? How would he know a creepy guy was on the property unless he was there? Yeah, exactly. I know. Your brain just can't stop, can it? Because mine doesn't stop. Ever. And I thought I was so wrapped up in the other cases I've followed over the years, but this one's different level. Big time different level. It plays with your head. I tell you, I don't know if anybody watches Web Sleuths, but there's a fella she gets on, and he lives around, I don't think he lives on Beach Creek Road, but he lives in that direct area there. And he's in AB's Discord channel, and his name's Scott H. And Web Sleuths have him up on the panel a couple of times a week with because he's got awesome information about Beach Creek Road, Donald's Road, Ben Hill Road, all that sort of area and what goes on there. And it is insane. Just before the interview come on this morning, we're all chatting in the Discord group, and he was saying that there's a couple of places on one or the other, whether it was Beach Creek Road or Ben Hill Road, where there's druggies that sell from properties there. And you have to, if you want to buy drugs and go into their house, you have to strip butt naked before they let you in the house. And I'm not joking, that's exactly what he said happens. It's like one of them corridors where it's deep and nasty. But if you go and watch Web Sleuths, the last few lives she's done, he's come on different when she does her panel sessions at the end of talking about things. And yeah, he's quite knowledgeable because he lives right there, so he's very informative as well. I know, it's scary stuff, isn't it? Like, strip off before you can walk inside. Just, oh, geez. Bizarre stuff. Next level. I see so many people saying exactly what important details I have put it out. It's funny. They think I make excellent points. And you do, Pippi. You have heard him? Yeah, he's good, isn't he? You do have awesome points. And it's great that we can, like, even if people don't have the same sort of thoughts or on the same mindset as I am, I still respect what they have to say, because that's the way normal people, it's a discussion. It's, we're not all qualified. We don't know the ins and outs of how everything works, but it's a discussion, and we can all agree to disagree on different things. But some of them are just not doing that anymore. They think they're fence dwellers, and they're not. And they're justifying and giving him a pass and enabling him to continue doing what he's doing until someone else gets hurt. And yes, Oh, really? Oh, my God. That is crazy. You poor girl. How do you investigate your own case? That is incredible. Yeah, we do. And like, I wouldn't care if you didn't agree with anything I say. I don't expect anyone to, you know? For me to even be up here talking is, I can't even believe I'm doing it, you know, because as I was saying the other day on one of my other videos, I don't even pick up a telephone and ring people because it freaks me out. I don't know what it is. It's a phobia. Like, that's just the way I am. I would rather text somebody than pick up the phone and talk. So for me to be live on a YouTube channel is blowing my own mind. Oh, Pippi, now I'm going to be thinking of you all afternoon and all night. At least I don't know anything about your situation, but I'm happy to help you in any way I can. If you need any leg workers, like in the virtual world or anything like that, just give me a yell, because I'm your girl. Yeah, I could. My mind is just going crazy now. There's so many broken people out there. I feel like we're having a phone conversation. It's just you and me, but I enjoy your time. Oh, thank you. I know. I feel like that too, but I feel like I'm just sitting here talking to myself sometimes. Because the very first live I did, there was nobody. And as I said the other day, it was quite funny because I wasn't at all nervous because I could see there was nobody there. So I just tended to rave on. But yeah, it's good that you're here because I know I'm 56. I'm 56 too. I mean, you're 57, I'm 56. Oh, that's not good. How many, you don't have to answer that in here, but yeah, I've got 3 grown-up children that have left home and 5 grandchildren. As I said the other day, we're raising our eldest daughter's 2 daughters. They've been with us for nearly 7 years. And it's hard because it's a whole different parenting. I'm here for you so you wouldn't be talking to yourself. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah. You have a young teenager. Yeah, well, my eldest granddaughter that lives here is 12 going on 22, and this preteen thing has started, and yeah, she's I don't know how I'm going to go when they're both hormonal. Like the other one's 9 and she's like a little tomboy. And actually, you know, the funniest thing, you know, this hair cutting thing with Summer. My youngest one has FAS, which is fetal alcohol drug syndrome, and reactive attachment disorder. So she is like 100 mile an hour, you know, every waking second of the day. And to look at, she looks so much like Summer. And a couple of years ago, we got her hair all lovely and long and beautiful, and she got the bloody clippers because she goes to her dad's every second weekend, and hubby and I are right into V8 supercars over here in Australia. So it was the first weekend we'd had away in like 3 years, and we've gone to pick her up from her dad's, who lives an hour away from us, on the way home. And it was really weird because she's got in the car and she had this beanie on, and she never wears a beanie. And I just knew, I just had this gut feeling straight away something was going on with her head. Anyway, we drive the hour, we go out for dinner and then drive the hour-long trip home, and we get home and she would not come near me for the life of it. And I thought, something's happened, something's going on. Anyway, she eventually took the beanie off, and she's done the razor thing to her hair with electric clippers. And I mean, not just a little section here or there, like half of her long hair at the back was gone. She'd gone up through the fringe like a mohawk through the center of the top of her hair. It was horrific. And my daughter-in-law and my youngest daughter are both hairdressers, and they sort of fixed it up so it wasn't too bad, right? So we got past that. I sat her down and give her talks about we just don't do that. The child was like 6 or 7 at the time this happened. You wouldn't believe it. A month later, she does it again, you know? So she ended up, the girls had to end up cutting her hair an inch long all over. It was that bad. So with Summer and her head shaving incident, I understand why they had to, you know, probably shave it back if it was like what my little one did, because it was horrific. Okay, so we get past that. It grew back, like it's halfway down her back again, because she's 9 now. You wouldn't believe it. 2 months ago, she did it again for the 3rd time. This time we were able to just give her a bob, although she's got no fringe whatsoever at her forehead. But tell me how she was nearly 9 at the time, thinks, oh, this is a good idea. Let's do this again after, oh my God. Yeah, I know it's got a lot to do with the conditions and stuff, but geez, it does my head in. Excuse me. But I can understand if that was the situation with Summer and she was only 5, them things do happen. Like, yeah. You thought her short haircut was done to pass her off as a boy. Yeah. I could see that happening too. And if I hadn't have gone through this with mine and cutting her hair off like 3 times, and Summer's, you know how she has to twirl and swing, and she's just on the go. This is my little one to a T. Like, I'm exhausted, and she's full on, very tomboyish, loves being outside, hates winter because she's stuck inside and she's bored, and she'd rather be outside in the dirt and doing all the things that Summer loves to do. That's our little one. And the older one's just a princess diva. You know, she thinks she was switched at birth from the royal family. So I don't know where she gets that from, because I've always said that too. That's my backstory. Hubby's always called me princess. So anyway, I've got to stop talking. It's nearly school pickup time over here in Australia. I am going to do another live tomorrow though. So make a cuppa. Let's sit down again tomorrow and I'm sure with these other little lot, we'll have something to watch because it's nighttime over there. Hey, guys, it'll be getting late over there now. This is what I find annoying being in Australia because all you guys are getting ready to go to sleep and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon over here now. So I've done nothing all day than watch Chris McDonough and come on here after I calm down a little bit. Pippi, feel free to private message me, and if there's anything I can do in any way, just give me a little private message. I'm on Instagram as Down Under Crime Talks and also on Facebook Messenger. So feel free anytime. Okay? And it'll probably be about the same time tomorrow. I'll be back. So have a good night and talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.